How? Guess what?
Hey.
Laura and I are together.
Hello.
It's so nice.
I just got a peek at Allison's group text, which is a very vulnerable thing for her to let me look at. And
Was it
one
bad?
one of them is titled "Love Is Dead," and I assume that's about Love Is Blind being terrible. It's Ryan.
Yeah, Love Is Dead was when Love Is Blind was going to do that live reunion show.
Yeah.
And so it was Love Is Blind was the group text.
Right.
And then when that like desperately fell into the ocean because Netflix couldn't handle it, I changed it to Love Is Dead.
Right.
And now it's actually really appropriate because all we do is talk about how terrible love reality TV shows are on that group thread. So it works. People are really struggling with the fact that we're in the same place.
I think this looks like I could be AI or something, but yeah, it's for real. It's for real. I mean, cat's out of the bag. I wonder if Jewel is watching us right now, actually. But cat's out of the bag. Judge Julie
is in town.
She's not, but
no, Jewel is here.
Judge Julie is alive in Chicago, and she is staying at my house. And
she told Laura to leave.
She did. She kicked me out and said, "This is my house now. Squatters' rights."
Squatters' rights.
Judge Julie has spoken.
Yeah.
But we got together with Allyson to have lunch, and then Judge Julie has headed to visit other friends, which is wild. And I started chatting. Yeah, I started chatting with Allyson on our drive back from breakfast, and then we just wanted to keep the combo going. And we were like, "I'm just going to go into your house now."
Plus, Royal is always very excited to see Auntie Laura.
It was great.
Yeah,
it was great. So lots to catch up on. But yes, we are here in person. I'm glad to be. I'm glad we're doing this together show in your house, because when it's me teaching from your house, people lose their minds.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, it's weird.
It breaks the fourth wall.
Yeah, I can see how it would be alarming for people to see us together. But contrary to popular belief, Laura and I live very close to each other, and we do see each other a lot in person. So
yeah, it's weird for people, but we do actually know each other. It's not a ruse.
Yeah.
It's not Maya's like doesn't stand a reason. The reason I was wondering about, are we two separate people? Hard to say, Milena, because all weekend long at Camp Workroom Social, despite wearing a name tag,
literal name tags,
everyone's like, "Are you Allyson?" And it's like, "Sure, I am. Yes, I am."
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just like old times, Julie Brooks. Yeah. Exactly.
The reason I was asking about Jewel was Judge Julie went for a little jog. She went for a jog,
which I guess she does now. Once you leave Chicago, I guess you start taking a lot better care of yourself.
Spice. She's a fellow Pelotoner now, and she's a sporty spice.
She does Peloton.
She does Peloton. Yes, she does. And so we were comparing Peloton instructors. She does Peloton on the app and then has her own bike. I'm telling a lot about Julie's business here on Beyonce's internet. But Judge Julie was out for a run, and she thinks she saw Jewel on her run. So Jewel, if you think you saw Judge Julie, you did. And Chicago even is a city of somewhat like 2 point something million people, but it's actually this big. So that is how it goes. Anyway, hi. Yes, it's not. Do not adjust your set.
No.
We're live in person
the
together.
Same space. MySpace. Oh, MySpace. MySpace. Don't worry, kids. We won't talk about MySpace. That always gets real weird. Just made me think really
of Justin
fast.
Timberlake and the new Britney Spears news, which is.
But you called this. Okay, so I was telling Shane about this earlier. And then
I'm right about a lot of things.
Shane and I's conversation about Justin Timberlake and Britney was more divisive than when we were talking about Gaza and the Israelis.
Please tell me.
Okay, so
famous
this
mug.
Is my mug. You know what's funny about this mug? You know who gave me this mug? Lynn.
That's what I thought. I was like, are we gonna say it? We don't really speak that name. It's Voldemort.
I know. But if you don't speak the name, then that gives the power.
That's right. You got to reclaim it. That's what they told us in the later books, for sure.
And so then I'm using my Iceland mug.
I do love that Iceland mug. Anyway, I was given the crowning mug of glory just to really prove to the people we are
She's
where we
here.
are. Wait a minute.
Yeah,
What was was Shane defending Justin Timberlake?
Yes, Shane was defending Justin Timberlake, which
Poor
is
choice.
actually unhinged, based on Shane's experiences more in being the Britney of the.
I see.
He wasn't forced to have an abortion. Shane wasn't. Oh, but if you didn't see it, that's exactly what happened. And we knew that was happening because they weren't. NSYNC would never get back together or consider touring.
No.
They knew that shit was going to come out in that Britney Spears memoir, and JT got on the fucking phone because he's old. He called them
the rotary phone.
With the fucking rotary, and he said,
"Operator,
okay, seriously, call the other members of the NSYNC." He put up the NSYNC bat signal, and he was like, "Listen, guys, I really need you to help me because shit is not gonna get great once Britney's memoir comes out. Because as it turns out, when I was 18, I was a piece of shit." That was actually Shane's point. He was like, well, all 18-year-old men are pieces of shit.
But the thing is, and the problem that JT has, and listen, problematic fave. All right. We have I think in each realm of the arts, you can pick one problematic fave. And for me personally,
Melena is saying the same thing. All 18-year-olds suck.
Yeah. For me personally, JT has been a problematic fave from the jump. I resonate with his music, except for that fucking Trolls song, which has been in my head for days. I've just love like Justified is like the perfect album. It's tough. All right. But as a person, he's shitty. And he's a white man. He's a white man. He's shitty.
Who was very famous at 18, but he was going to be a dick.
The problem with him. Oh, go right ahead.
I was just going to ask, do we know who he cheated on Britney with?
Yes. The All Saints girl, a girl that was in All Saints. The one that was like, have you ever, she does like the spoken word and that terrible one saint that Britney. The one song that All Saints has. Girl. Anyone, tell us in the chat what that song was. All Saints was the girl band. Amanda? I'm not going to blemish the name Amanda just in case it wasn't an Amanda, but somebody look it up. All Saints.
Her name was Becky.
Yeah. With the bad hair, probably.
Well, it was like 98.
But my point is, he was always going to be shitty, right?
Yeah.
But JT's problem is he can't just sit there and let it be shitty. He tries to manage the situation, which is what happened with Janet Jackson of it all, where he couldn't just be like,
just shut the fuck
up. Everybody is being shitty to Janet. Like, it takes two to tango, and like, take it. He just immediately was like, wordrobe malfunction. That was on her.
That was on her.
I had no idea.
I had nothing to do with that.
What should do? He's not a real one. Like, he gets, some might say, Trumpian, and just tries to dig himself out by any means necessary. And so, knowing that this is a consistent pattern now, and I'm going to stop talking about this, but knowing that the only barrier, because if there was going to be an NSYNC reunion, the peak time to do it would have been back when Backstreet started 5-6 years ago. And
get that money, honey. He didn't get the money because he didn't need it. I feel like you should throw Joey Fatone a fucking bone. That's the thing. Joey could really
four boys,
use the money.
Even Lance, who's had really great success in recent years, those four boys would have been ready decade ago to go on some sort of reunion tour, and JT was going to be the lone holdout because he was too good for it. So for this to all of a sudden resurface after Britney's conservatorship ended and she's out here pole dancing with knives on the internet, she's ready to talk, and he's like,
he knew time was coming
to assemble. It's too craven. I fucking want to go to that reunion show so bad, but
I think there's going to be worse shit that comes out too.
Oh yeah, but the thing, and that's the whole other conversation, but Britney's not okay right now. No. She's not okay. And it's unfortunate because she can't believe anyone, granted, because of her experiences. But now she is just actively not getting help. And it's a real problem.
She should join the party. She should take up knitting.
Truly.
We're here for you, Britney.
It's like, I just need her to go on some kind of retreat and some kind of like slumber party vibe. She needs that. And she needs to do her dance, but just off camera.
Yeah.
That's what she needs. Do your dance, girl. Do your dance.
So yeah, I know she could really use Galentine's weekend.
She could. Yeah. I don't know that she could sit still long enough to actually knit, but we could get her, crocheting with a real chunky yarn. I believe it.
doing some block printing.
Yeah, she can block print with us.
Yeah,
Yes,
she would
can.
love. She needs some crafts, is what she
Anyway.
needs. Yeah. So hot takes.
I mean,
hot take express over here about poor Brittany.
Interaction all-time low. Of course, Shane would take that. He's not wrong in the sense that yes, 18-year-olds are shitty. Famous 18-year-olds, especially in that era, famously shitty.
Yeah.
Like that whole
Worse every day.
The whole Lohan era,
Yeah.
Paris Hilton era, like was brutal. Perez Hilton era, brutal. Everyone was brutal and terrible and coked out of their minds. But he just can't help himself and takes it to the extra level of shit.
Yeah. He really does. Yeah, he really does.
And that's what's tough about being almost 40 is we've lived through a whole cycle of famous people that are now old famous people.
And they're all going to write books, I guess.
We're getting our True Hollywood story about them all now. And it's highly disappointing.
True Hollywood story. Yeah, it's always going to be bad.
And that's where it is.
Yeah. So bless her. But yeah. We were at Camp Workroom Social.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas has been suspiciously quiet.
Too short to really cause a ruckus.
Suspiciously quiet. I'm concerned he's in the Kirk Cameron. I'm convinced he's some kind of Christian now.
Well, then he was safe.
Yeah,
he was safe from it.
Kirk Cameron is Kooks McGillicuddy,
but yeah, he kind of went the other way.
So I'm worried that that's what's going on with JTT, but I keep waiting for. He was in one of the early Christmas movies, All the Way Home or whatever that was. Oh my God,
yeah.
So he was at the real peak, the real beginning, setting the stage for the Hallmark Christmas movie. So,
and then he stopped growing, and people started calling other people.
Maya has a good point that we would know if he was an evangelical because he wouldn't shut the fuck up, and that's probably true.
Part of it.
Yeah. Because I've never heard Kirk Cameron be quiet, which I think is a contradiction in terms, but no, I have not. So fair enough. But speaking of quiet, we did not have a live program last week.
No,
we didn't. We have been quiet for 2 weeks on Beyonce's internet because we have been traveling, haven't we, Allyson?
Yes, we have. So much traveling. We were in the city of New York. Gallivanting around. New York City is an NFA. It is not for Allyson. It's also an NFL, not for Laura. Bless it. But we were there for a whole 12 hours.
Yeah.
And that was great. That'll do me.
I will say that as for just the city piece, I had the first experience in my life where I kind of sort of got the charm, but then I needed to go. Did I see any rats? I did not, but we were there in the broad daylight and then left at sundown, which is how you avoid that. That is how you avoid that. Yeah. And we also did not take any of the subways, which is where
we stayed above ground.
Yeah. But in that time, we saw a unstable person fling a mystery liquid on the back of a young man's shirt. We saw
an arrest
where 4 cops were carrying a man by his arms out of a Staples,
and then the rest of the cops were shielding other people from recording,
so you could not see what was happening.
That was bad,
very bad.
That was bad.
And then when we walked south, we saw just a couple of the most classic "I'm walking here" guys. Yeah. A woman dropped a baby blanket, and they were like, "Madam, you forgot your baby blanket." That was very sweet.
Very sweet.
We saw a weird guy in headphones not letting a full lights and sirens fire truck go through, and all of us pedestrians got in that guy's face.
We're like, "You gotta move your car, there's an emergency!"
Yeah. And you know who got the job done? A woman in a bride-to-be sash got up to the car and was like, hey,
roll down your window.
You gotta
get out of here. There's a siren.
And then we all were like, what is happening?
What's wrong with you? And then there's others, hopefully it's not his family. Yeah. Hopefully it's not his family. Yeah. We were like, yeah, they're really doing the thing.
Yeah. And this guy hit us with the only in New York. And I was like, no, assholes are everywhere. But okay. Okay.
So that was nice.
It was a lot going on.
Yeah, there was a lot going on. And then we left. Did we nail it, Lisa? Do you think?
Gabagool. Did we do it?
Listen, oh, thanks, Shira.
Thanks, Shira.
Thank you.
Okay, no, I have one more story. I'm sorry. But this one, it just really warmed my heart. It made me so happy. Allyson you know her as Allyson, Queen of the Party, but she's at sewing camp, at Camp Workroom Social. She is known as Queen of the Bus, Queen of the Shuttle Bus. So people meet at 31st and 8th, which I sound like a real New Yorker, don't I? They meet outside of Penn Station and Madison Square Garden is where you pick up the bus, because it's a big confluence of a lot of public transport, and it's easy for people to get
on
to.
the bus.
So you get on this bus, and Allyson is very, as we all know, anyone that's been to retreat knows, she's an organizer. She's going to get people sorted. So she's in charge of the shuttle bus.
Bus queen.
And bus queen, that is Allyson. And so we were there. Everybody had boarded the bus, but then we had one person alight the bus, get off the bus, and go ? And we were like, where the hell did Sharon go?
Yeah, Sharon was gone.
Sharon was wearing a sweatshirt that said the name of the camp where we were going, Frost Valley, blue sweatshirt. And I get off the bus to go figure out where the hell Sharon went. And this guy, again, straight out of Central Casting, just like walking down the street, blue baseball cap, white t-shirt. And he's like, hey, is this the bus to Frost Valley? And I was like, yes. Like, but there's no sign on this bus saying where it's going to go. And he was like, no, I know. I was just talking to this lady in the deli. I used to go there in 8th grade, and it's the most beautiful place on earth.
Oh my God.
I know. And I was like, oh, Frost, you saw, I need her. What deli? And he's like, oh, it's the Gardenia
Deli on the corner.
He's like, don't worry about it. She's about to check out. She's the next in line. Don't even worry. Anyway, it's beautiful.
See, now people are going to think
you two have a great time.
I'm not with Laura. I'm with Joe from New York.
I don't know why I always turn into Andrew Dice Clay, but there it is.
You would love that.
Yeah. Oh.
You would like that.
But truly, I mean, that was this guy. And he was like, oh, I went there in the 8th grade. It was beautiful. You two have a great time. And I was like, yes, me and Sharon. And we run out this entire bus to go to Frost Valley in the Catskills. But it was amazing. And then I was like, okay, I am charmed. When he was like, oh, you have a great time. Oh, I was like, I will. Once I get Sharon's ass out of the Gardenia Deli.
Out of the Gardenia. Yeah. But she got out of the Gardenia.
And then we
continued to
we
go.
were fine.
Yeah, it was lovely. But yeah, we made it to Frost Valley. We did the things.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. We spread the gospel of the party. That's why we have the lovely Shira here. She's new. Hi, Shira. Shira's new. But yeah, I taught some bras. I
taught people how to do some hexies. I wore these insane overalls.
They were a huge hit. Yeah, they were a huge hit.
It was a really great time. And, not to get too serious, but it is really, it's such a great community of makers from all over North America. Lots of Canadian representation.
Tana's wearing her bra right now.
And it was good timing. Let's just say it was really nice to kind of have that retreat vibe and focus on makes. And yeah, we have some bra graduates talking about how they're wearing their bras right now, which is like the ultimate testament to a really great weekend.
Yeah, when you're wearing your bra when you come home.
Yeah.
And I was able to take Grace's beautiful sparkle yarn.
Speaking of hits.
Right, matches my nails exactly. You like that?
Speaking of hits, this yarn was a hit.
Huge hit. Everybody loved it. I taught my little bandana pattern. It was so nice. It was the nicest knitting class that I had ever taught. Yeah. And no one was freaking out. Even people who were newer than the pattern seemed to think that they could. Right, maybe their skills weren't quite up for it. They were chill about it and just excited to be knitting. So it was really lovely.
Yeah.
You guys know how that is when you're teaching something.
Lisa's wondering if you should be offended. Well, if the shoe fits, Lisa. I don't know.
When one person starts freaking out, then everybody starts freaking out. Not one person was freaking out, even when Laura had to leave.
Yeah. I had a couple people that were clinging real tight. And we were literally underlining one word, it'd be like knit one, we'd underline it, make one, we'd underline it. That's the pace we were going. And
Sharon says, who freaks out?
Name names, Allyson. Name names. But
Sharon.
Yeah, so there was a moment because I assisted the first class and then I went off and taught a separate class in the second half. And when I left, that was a moment where things could go off the rails real quick, but those folks were just really in good community with each other.
Yeah.
And we're like, let's just figure it out. And they talked to Allyson, and it was good vibes. And
Yeah.
it was not the entire camp, which normally happens
Right.
in the knitting
We
crew
had
as
like
well.
20 people. which
People
was more
self-selected
manageable.
well, which I really appreciated.
Yeah. Yeah. And the class starts, it's like an evening class. So the class starts after you've been in your sewing class all
Yes.
day, and then you're expected to sit and learn more things. Some people just like took themselves out of it. One thing I will say is there was a woman who said to me, she got the kit, and then she said to me, listen, I don't need you. Because I worked in a yarn store for 13 years. I'm an extremely good knitter, so I don't need this. So I'm just going to take my kit and leave. And I was like, great. Like, right? Like Maya's making the face like, oh my God. She didn't mean it like that exactly, but that's exactly what she said. So I was like, okay. Great. But then Laura,
did she just show up for knitting help the next day?
No, she didn't. No, she didn't. Apparently word got around about me. And it came back to Dina. And then the next day she came up to me and she said, well, I was told by multiple people that I really missed out on not coming to your class, because it sounds like you are an extremely talented teacher who has done a lot of amazing things for the people in this community. And I would love to take a class with you in the future. And I was like,
and that's what we call pulling it back. We are all capable of saying something insane to someone, and it's all about how you figure out how to pull it back.
Oh, she really did. And I said, oh, well, I mean, right. Even everyone can learn something. Like there's room for everyone to learn more from other people. You know, I didn't say, fucking right. I fucking would have told you that last night if you weren't such a bitch. I did not say that. I said, everyone can learn from each other, and learning is fun, and you never know. But we used to get that energy a lot in the store, where it'd be like, is your mom here?
Yeah.
That kind of energy. Like you couldn't possibly be able to help me.
Right. She only wrote the pattern, and you know, but she has nothing to add. Nothing to offer.
Right. And it's like, you can be, 40 years younger than someone and also be knitting for a really long time as a career even, and be able to bring a little something to the table. But that was never, we would get that a lot in the store. Just like the I need help. Yep. That's what I'm going to do. And no, not from you.
Right. Just looking beyond you. Is there someone else?
Is there someone else that can help me? You couldn't possibly help me. I'm like,
yeah.
Okay. Well, now I'm really not going to help you. So I'll let you wait.
Part of what really helps, I understand that perspective sometimes, because I was largely a self-taught knitter for a really long time. And then I took a few classes. Excuse me. And boy, did I realize after those few classes that I could have saved myself literal years of just kind of floundering because I didn't know what I didn't know. And I could have been leveling up so much faster and making things that I really loved and cared about so much sooner. But I was all wrapped up in this, I'm self-taught. And sometimes your ego can get in the way of advancement. So that's a good lesson in action.
Reminder. Yeah, good reminder. Yeah. But yeah, overall, lovely experience. We trudged the whole way back from the Catskills to Chicago, the entirety of Monday. And now we're here. Yeah. We did it. We did the things.
We did. And then we are about to trudge out of town again. But on a fun friend hang, which I'm very much looking forward to. It's always so fun after a big project weekend, even after one of our retreats, after staycation, dye studio at Sarah's house. Like, all of these things are so inspiring. And so I love that we had sewing camp where I just got so inspired by what everyone was working on. And now I can go and like sew it out a little bit over this coming weekend. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, me too. Very excited. Yeah, very excited about that. Make some of our own projects.
Yeah.
I am going to be making an insane coat. Now, you might think to yourself, Allyson, you have many insane coats already.
You can never have enough.
You can never have enough insane coats.
Right.
So I will be
To be
making.
very serious about that. You can't have enough.
You can't have enough insane coats. So I will be making an insane coat. I will also be making, along with Laura, the Claryville jeans pattern, designed by Jennifer Weiss of Workroom Social, who in 3 short weeks will be teaching our jeans making retreat. So Laura and I are going to work on our jeans so we too can have the experience to be able to help people throughout that process.
Yep.
So excited about our jeans making retreat. I did want to just say, in case people are getting motivated by all of our travel talk, we will be closing registration very soon, within the next couple of days. But we do still have 2 spots available. If you, on an impulse, because the world's ending, come hang out with us. Carpe that diem, man, and come on over. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
It's your sign from the universe, etc.
Yeah.
With one nice thing, well, many nice things about the jeans making retreat, but one very cool feature is that Jennifer has sewn up sizes, samples in all of the sizes, and she'll be bringing those along to the retreat, and she had them at camp as well. So I get to try. You just get to try on ready-made jeans in the various sizes to figure out your ideal size. So it kind of cuts out all of the measuring time. You can just go for it, and that's how we'll be able to just move into the cutting and the making part
right on Friday night with the cocktail.
Yeah, because you get to just dive right in.
Yeah,
there's not a lot of fitting time, but getting that try on is like invaluable. So I was able to try on. I got my size 18, so I know exactly. I'm ready to just start cutting, and I can go this weekend, which I'm very excited about.
I should have done that.
Yeah. Well, the problem, I had planned to try them on day 1, and I was wearing these, and I was like, well, this is too complicated. So then I had my easy on, easy off pant the next day, and I snuck into the trading post. So,
Shira was in the jeans making class this weekend at Camp Workroom Social, and she says, "Embrace the hammer."
Right.
We will be embracing the hammer to get your buttons and your rivets in. Yeah, so it's gonna be great.
Each registration comes with a complete kit, including
so
the denim and all of the hardware. The only thing you need is thread. It is just half stitching included in the stitching in the kit. I looked that up. And all you bring is thread and some scissors, man. But and other things if you want. But that is awesome. The kit is everything you need, and we'll match the sample exactly because it's the same denim. So nice.
It's so nice. Yeah. So I'm really excited about that this weekend. So we'll have matching jeans.
Yes. Which is great. Never enough.
Never enough jeans. Never enough jeans. So we will be embracing the hammer, Shira. Yep. Absolutely.
Always.
Yeah. Laura had to go pick up 6 brand spanking new sewing machines yesterday so that everybody has people who aren't carrying their sewing machine with them will be able to borrow a sewing machine from us.
Yep.
So Laura, how did 6 sewing machines look in her car?
They fit surprisingly well. I'm really excited for this lifestyle. We have had rental machines that came to us from various sources and that were very they're just kind of on the struggle bus because I don't have any cases for them and they just kind of rattle around in my car, and that is not great for calibration, particularly leading up to a jeans making retreat. So we just got some good old cute analog machines, very easy to troubleshoot, and they're going to have their own boxes. So it's a real level up.
Rosalie is here. I don't think she is.
Yeah.
But it's Rosalie's machine.
Rosalie's stickers.
Yeah, Rosalie's little Jerome. I was thinking we should sticker them. We got to sticker the machines. 100%. They're ours now. Christy's going to be there. Yeah, Christy says she's excited for the jeans retreat and cocktails. I personally like to use my cocktail as a pattern weight, so then I can drink and cut around it at the same time. So Christy, that's a hot tip.
Your mileage may vary. Your mileage may vary, but it will be an option.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. So that is coming up. That's coming up, but not before our poor our
Oh my
porcelain
God.
retreat, which is next weekend. So yeah, you're hearing this right. That means that we are popping in together to say hi to you, and then we won't be doing this live for 2 weeks.
This is the Daikaizen scheduling that I've observed over the years, but this is my first time really living it. And it's
What do you think, Laura?
Intense. It's intense.
No get up.
Emotions run high, I think, in the midst of it, which we are right now. But I think on the whole, makes for great content and it cracks people up. So let's just keep going.
Let's just keep going.
Let's just do it.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
So I'm having a great time. But yeah.
So we're 2 weekends in a row so far, and now we've got 3 more weekends out. Yeah. Yes. Maya says, am I counting right? Y'all had Camp Workroom Social, Sewing Weekend, Porcelain Retreat, and Jeans Retreat in a row. But before Camp Workroom Social, Maya, you remember that we were at the Knitting and Natural Dyeing Retreat.
And then I went to Europe.
And then right before that, Laura was in Europe. All right. But this is the way where I will be living my life when I inevitably move to Portugal. Is when I come back to America, we are going to be getting all these retreats in a row. So we're not going to be, I'm not going to be flying back and forth. So it's great, right, Laura?
Oh yeah, it's great. It's great because it's great to have this job. So as long as it's my job, I want to do it as much as I can. So there you go.
I love, Lisa says, oh, to be young. Thank you.
Very flattering.
Thank you so much.
Another thing I've been doing is driving all around the greater Chicagoland area and picking up lots and lots and lots of yarn. Coming up, I just don't know exactly the timing of this. Hilarious, but I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna be having a big spring resale, holiday sale.
Halloween, right?
On Halloween.
Yeah, on Halloween.
And November 1st on Dia de las Muertas.
Why not?
And lots of amazing stuff. I will be featuring kind of spooky bundles on Halloween. And then we'll have fabric and other fabulous yarns, including lots of Spincycle on the 1st. So it's going to be a great time. If you would like more information about spring resale, please look at the hashtag spring resale on LauraAllyson.party or follow at spring resale on Instagram.
That was like like you just came in to give a little sponsorship.
Yep. This podcast is brought to you by Spring Resale. We have lots of yarn, lots of stuff that is in my house that nobody wants in their house, and so I wanted to go to your house. So please look for bargains and come ready to shop.
Lisa asks, any spots left for Galentine's retreat? Sadly, Lisa, no. That has taken over as our fastest sellout retreat ever.
Yes.
It was 9 hours, and that was the Christine Haynes retreat in the spring. It is now Galentine's. I'm pretty sure it sold out in 6 hours. So that is our new record. So sorry, Lisa, it is full. It is very full, which I love.
Yeah.
For us.
It's wonderful.
I can't believe it.
There is still room in our second retreat with Christine Haynes, and we now have 6 brand new Arctic Ice color machines that you can rent from Janome.
It's teal. It's a minty teal.
Yes, that you can rent. So if you want to come from far out of town, we got you. But I feel confident that as we get closer to the holidays, the spots will start to fly off the shelves for that one as well. And then June 2024, Iceland.
The whole month. The whole month. If everyone who said that they're going to Iceland actually signs up for Iceland, Laura and I will be in Iceland for the entire month of June.
Yeah, it'll be questionable about our visa status. So it's a good reminder. I have to go renew my passport today.
I can't do it by myself.
Anyways.
So please, yes.
So
please, yes, do that. Marie just said, yay, Marie in Alaska. Marie, isn't Alaska really close to Iceland? You're like on the same latitude. You can just take a train over, right? That'll be super easy for her.
Is that how that? Well, but sure, whatever Allyson says.
Just real close. Oh yeah, Marie says she can see it from here. right?
For sure.
There's Russia over here. There's Iceland over here, right?
Okay. Sure. Sure thing.
This is not a geography podcast.
Yeah.
Just to be
Get with
extra clear.
Get with
Yes. So yeah, that is what we have going on. Super
Thanks, Maya.
excited about it. And then it will be Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Thanks living. It'll
Yeah.
be great.
Yeah.
And then, well, it will be great because then that means that holiday spectacular will be in full swing, and I love it over there.
What is going on in Holiday Spectacular so far, Laura?
Not a ton because of previous discussion about schedule, but we are hearing from folks who are talking about the various yarn advent calendars that they have joined. Speaking of spring resale, I have a fabulous prize that is a yarn advent calendar from last year that the owner did not want. And so I'm going to be giving away an advent calendar from the previous year from some beautiful yarn company. I'm just giving it away. And I'm giving it away to people that have joined Holiday Spectacular before November 1st. So to incentivize that, because
that's so soon.
It's so soon. It's a one-time, I'm just here to sell. It's a one-time payment of $20, $5 of which we will keep for administrative costs, but then $15 of it are going to directly help migrants who have been shipped here from various parts of the country by various assholes and now have to live with small children in various police stations around this city. And it's not right. And we're going to take some of that cash money and buy basic necessities that human beings have a right to. So I would love to have more of us join. I think right now we're holding steady at about 22, which is awesome. If you do that math,
that's so much
money.
Yes, but we want more.
We want more. So yes. I will post more about that later on this afternoon. But it would be great to just get some more folks in the door before November 1st, and then you'll see more content start to roll in. So that's what's going on.
Maya in the chat is being very vulnerable with us right now. She signed up for 3 advent calendars this year, Maya?
I think Maya's the only one. Honestly, everyone else kept being like, I couldn't commit. And Maya was like,
Maya's committed
here's
for all of us.
List.
Maya's committed for all of us. So Maya says that she is out for the giveaway. It was an accident, all in caps. The lady protested too much.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right. I love it, Maya. Well, Maya always puts everything together really beautifully. Yep. You need those advent calendars, Maya. Yes, you're gonna kill it.
And now that Doodle Fever is passing along,
oh my God,
mini skeins have never been more of a hot commodity.
No
so
kidding.
People are gone are the days where people are like, what do I do with these mini skeins? And it's like, doodle to your heart's content, everybody. Thank God we're gonna have another maker work group for it next year.
No kidding.
Because we're going to have, Lisa, I am very happy to not go ahead and sign up for an advent calendar. But I know that you have plenty of yarn that you could doodle with. So no excuse not to doodle.
So Lisa, I've got a funny story for you. So Lisa Weissman, you might know, Rock and Roll Lisa is big in the party D-stash. You probably all have yarn from Lisa in your homes that you got at a deep discount because Lisa is getting it out of her house. All right. So Lisa from the D-stash. Rosalie and I, when La Vie did their release, did the release of that new yarn, the Imbue colors from Brooklyn Tweed. That was wildly expensive, too rich for Rosalie and I's blood. We made a hilarious joke that we should put our orders in with Lisa so that she could buy it, so that in 6 months we could get the yarn that we wanted on the D-stash.
Oh, damn. Damn.
We didn't do it, but sorry, Lisa.
Damn.
Nice. It was too rich for Lisa's blood too.
Well, oh my God. Speaking of which, I don't know, whatever. I'm going to say this, but I'm Yes, I'm going to say this. All right. There may now currently be available, but if not, very shortly is going to be available a chunky version of Arbor from Brooklyn Tweed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It is a 7-ply worsted weight yarn, the worsted spun yarn. 7 plies. Okay. So it's just incredibly heavy, right? There are 125 yards in this game, 123 yards in this game. It is.
Sarah Caston said it's so dang expensive.
It is.
How much is it?
$33 for 125 yards.
$33?
$33 for 120.
Would they take 2 skeins of Arbor and spin them together?
It is 7 individual plies that are then plied together in a worsted spin. Julie is test knitting with it right now, which is why I know this information. I just want to say that I shouldn't have said anything probably, but it's Wild and Crazy Kids. It knits up beautifully, and I understand. I mean, 7 plies is many plies.
I would say 2 many plies.
But it
That
will be a
sounds dense as
very
fuck.
heavy sweater. I think it'll behave like cotton, but it's so fascinating, and it is beautiful in person, I will say, but it was like made for fisherman's rib. It looks so good in fisherman's rib. But
Laura, I can't help but
123. So let's say, let's honestly say, you're knitting a cowl and you need 3 skeins.
Well, that's $100. I can do that math in my head. But let's say you need a sweater. Let's
1,000
say
yards.
you need 1,600 yards.
Sure. I was going to crop it. Yeah.
Oh, you would have to.
Yeah.
You would have to crop
it. Wouldn't stay crop. It would
No,
just
it would
grow.
bling, 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 bling,
Yeah.
bling, 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 bling. It'd be like
suspenders or something.
it'd
All right.
be like
1,600 yards divided by 123.
1,600 yards divided by 123 is 13 skeins
Times 33.
times 33. That is $429 before tax.
And listen, I mean, the price point from Brooklyn Tweed is established for a lot of different reasons. It's American sourced and spun. I'm so curious about where that mill is that does that 7 plying, because that was why Peary kicked the bucket, because they couldn't find a mill to spin that particular yarn anymore. So I'm so curious about it all. And so it comes from production costs and trying to pay workers a living wage. So from that perspective,
Yes.
I don't want to sit around and I don't want to be a hypocrite when we encourage people to like make ethical choices when it comes to their shopping. But that's a big ask, I would say.
There has to be a point when a company like Brooklyn Tweed or when a company like La Bien and Me says the cost of ethically producing this yarn makes it inaccessible for our customer base.
Unless we're just marketing this as accessories only. You know, I mean, we tend to take the view of garment makers when it comes to knitting. And so we are kind of looking for a different price point, I would argue, than folks that are, like to do 2 skein projects.
But still,
yeah, it's a lot.
You're not gonna, right. Maya said that spin cycle money. Remember when we were trying to sell shift cowls, and that was 3 skeins of spin cycle. That's $99. Yeah. That was $100 before taxes.
And it's not practical for everybody, and it is an accessibility issue at a certain point.
Yes.
So
why make a yarn that's going to be so inaccessible to most of your customers?
I don't know. I mean,
they have the information.
It is beautiful.
We don't have the information. Maybe they have like the data to show that their customer base will not even blink.
It would be right. It would just be hard to justify. It would be hard. This is, I'm sure, what business school is. I'm sure, but I'm sure that's what you'd go to it for. But there has to be some sort of economic curve of like, or like X axis, blah, blah, where it's like, where you price yourself out of recouping on the investment, you know? And so it's
right.
like, it's just to invest in all the production of this and to get everybody hyped for it. And relative to like a successful launch, that's a tough target to meet in this academy.
I don't know. I've run a couple of successful businesses at this point, Laura, and that has not been my track. That has not been what I have chosen to do.
Well, what's nice about our business now is we can help people. We can meet people where they're at. We did a good job of that in the store. I felt like by prioritizing carrying different price points of high quality product, that really helped kind of meet people's needs a little bit more. But it is really difficult when you have one kind of track to make sure that your customer base will follow you wherever you want to go. That's tough.
From a wholesaling perspective too, that's really hard on both levels, right? Brooklyn Tweed mandates that their wholesalers carry
that's true
their yarn.
That is true.
If you're trying to sell the biggest yarn, like it was tough to find space for Corey, which is their bulky weight. This is going to be huge skeins that you have to carry, that you're going to try to have to sell people, especially after the shit went down with Puri and how pissed off all the wholesalers were about that. I don't know. That would be a tough sell to direct to consumer and to stores and a wholesaler, I would think.
And then the only counterpoint I can offer is I got to see it and feel it, and it's beautiful. So they make a great product.
As it turns out, a lot of yarn is really beautiful and knits up really beautifully for a quarter of that price.
Yes. So it's worth, if you have a stockist near you that's doing some kind of yarn tasting, it'd be worth going in there and taking a look at it because it is beautiful.
It'd be hard to
but there is no way
absorb the cost of a yarn tasting as a yarn store.
I think it'll be very hard for the direct to consumer market. I think that you would have a hard time looking at it online and being like, add to cart. But it can convince you in person. It is a little alluring. It's alluring. But anyhow, that's just the scoop. I'm telling all the tales outside of school.
I love the scoop. Well, the flip side of that, I think, is so yesterday, you might have noticed, I launched a new Paul McCartney sweater workroom, and that was a direct response to the 16-week wait for Camper from Cowboy Woollens to be restocked. Those poor girls were just like chomping at the bit to get both Camper and Scout restocked. And of course, we played this game since the pandemic. Shit's hard to get. It just takes longer than ever. Camper is in stock. There is a new color, burnt orange.
The best
it's
color.
Fucking lit. It's fucking lit.
Is it called Flame or something?
No, it's called burnt orange.
Oh, burnt orange.
Burnt orange heather. It is beautiful. It is beautiful. It is in stock. So I did a Paul McCartney sweater workroom, and the first one, everything was stocked. And then Paul was so popular that then it was not in stock. The original colors that I used, the original colors of Paul McCartney's sweater, were then not in stock for the second one. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. So we've been waiting. So yesterday, that's why it launched. You get a 15% off coupon code when you sign up for the Paul McCartney sweater workroom. And also Camper is really affordable.
Yes, it is. It's priced very reasonably.
It's 200 yards
in fingering
weight for $9.50.
Yeah.
Something like that. And you get 15% off. All right.
And
so
high quality. It looks
so nice.
Makes such beautiful color work. Like Scout and Camper.
As you can see, this
go-to color work
is Camper right here. And also, Laura and I are going to be launching a new porcelain sweater class in the winter too. So if you want Camper with that, all the colors are in stock. Okay, they're all in stock now. So maybe just pre-order yourself some yarn. All right. Especially if you want natural as your background color. That was really hard to find.
Yep.
when we did it. So just a little sneak peek.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, just
I
a little
didn't
sneak peek.
100% know that, but I'm on board.
You didn't know?
We were doing a second porcelain. I love it. I love it.
Well, that is part of my business prowess, Laura. When something is very popular, you do it again.
I love it. I'm so on board. I'm having a great time teaching that class.
Yeah, me
It
too.
is, you know,
God, the
just,
sweaters are looking so
Right?
good. We had class last night.
Well, that's why I taught Ingrid twice. Like, I mean, when the class itself has a good vibe, you just keep teaching it because it's just like, this is give the people what they want.
Give the people what they
Mhm,
want.
mhm.
Exactly. So look for that to launch. Sometime.
I'm super on board always. Duh.
Yeah, I knew you would be.
Yeah.
That's why I just assumed that you knew that we were doing it. You knew in your heart.
It felt true.
It felt true.
But then I was thinking through conversations. I was like, oh, well, sure.
Yeah. Maya's making a great point. Because we were hiding all of the porcelain sweaters in the porcelain
class-
workroom.
Porcelain is very much vibing
Bring
with
them out.
each other. I think
Yeah.
our retreat pictures are going to break the internet. So
Yeah, definitely. Shira asked a great question in the chat. She says, is it a good class for those of us who want to learn color work? I would say absolutely. We've got a couple people in the current class who are learning color work for the first time. Yeah, it's simple enough color work. Only 2 colors, the way that it's written. You could, of course, add more colors, which Laura is leading into. But yeah, I would say that it is good intro to color work class.
and kind of graded by challenge, like this middle
Yeah,
part
it's
gets
kind of
more
a pain.
challenging.
Yeah.
And that's why you need the class. So there you go.
And also in a couple weeks, the first week in November, I am going to be launching my winter classes. And I'm going to throw in a throwover class from Andrea Mowry. That is just a zigzag yoke sweater. Very straightforward. That is a great intro to color work class too. And intro to sizing and top down yoke construction. So that is going to be launching the first week in November.
Nice.
If you are interested, if this seems like a lot, maybe that might be better too.
Yes.
All right.
Mine will launch the week before Thanksgiving. So.
Nice. So good. Maya asked, can we hear what else is coming yet? No, because I don't know.
Yeah. We're still negotiations.
Yes. Yeah, right. I have a small group of classes that I'm going to be doing. It's definitely throwover. Well, let me see if I have it up. Get ready, Laura. This is scary. Okay. So yes. So I have throwover. Oh, I have poetry by Sari Nordlund again. I'm going to try to do the carp bath class again because it didn't go this time. It didn't have the signups, but once, because I think it was so warm so late, people weren't like in the thoughts of it. So I'm going to push that to deep winter where it usually does really well. So I'm going to try to do the carp bath again. Oh, bouquet sweaters coming back by popular demand. And then I'm thinking about understated or maybe leaning into the very V-neck raglan depending on what people think. But I feel like a V-neck resurgence, Laura.
Oh yeah. 100%.
So that's the short list, Maya. But we'll see. There'll be more added into. All right. Yeah, Maya's got to make some plans. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Shira, poetry is one of my favorites. I love that sweater. It's so fun. But I feel like I've got like another Sari Nordlund sweater in my future. Her designs are so beautiful.
They are.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that. Oh, and I will be doing Black Sheep sweater, Princess Diana's Black Sheep sweater again in the winter as well. All right. Yeah, Lisa's shared her poetry in the party yesterday. It's looking so good.
Yep.
Yeah. Nice.
Wendy Satina wore hers at camp, and it was so lovely in person in a beautiful lilac color.
I think she was really selling it too. Yeah, she was doing a good job. All right. So we told everyone that we are not going live for the next 2 weeks because Thursdays are our travel and setup days. We'll
try to do a little posty post or something.
Yeah.
Just to say hey on Thursdays, but
yeah.
That's all we can commit to.
That's all we can commit to. Absolutely. It's always hard. It's always like more rigmarole than we anticipate it being.
Yeah.
We're always like, oh my God, totally. We can go live when we get there. And then by the time we get there and unpack everything, we're like comatose.
Yeah. It may have something to do with the fact that we stop at Beer Church before the unloading process.
Yeah, it might have something to do with it.
But that's our business. And we write that off. So
we really need the like carrot to get us to Michigan. And that Beer Church is the carrot. Yeah. Billy, sorry, Nordland's Billy. Yeah, is gorgeous. There's so many good ones. It's hard to tell, right? It's hard to tell.
I already have my yolk spotter planned. So
for Yokalon?
Yeah. It's not going to be a color yolk. It's going to be a textured yolk. So
Shit.
Keep that teaser going.
Exciting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have talked for an hour.
Yeah, time to go.
Very proud of us. It's much easier to talk when we're next to each other.
The rhythm's back. The rhythm is gonna get you.
Yeah. This is just like doing it in the store, going live on Instagram when we were just like we stood a lot.
Yes.
Which is easier to get into the rhythm too. Yeah, keeping it snappy.
Certainly not pithy though.
Yeah,
we gotta get out of here.
Definitely not. We gotta go.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. Episode 15. I think I did not fact check that.
Sure.
I think so. And we will see you in November.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
End.